The Israeli government may want to cut its losses and leave Lebanon as soon as possible. But in the past few weeks, it's become increasingly clear that Israel cannot get an agreement on its terms with the Lebanese, let alone the Syrians. Originally, the Israelis wanted to leave behind them the Southern Lebanese army, the local militia they've built up these past few years, to protect their northern border when they go. The fact that this militia has been responsible for 2 massacres in the south these past few weeks now makes it unacceptable to the Lebanese government in Beirut, and a severe embarrassment to some within the Israeli establishment. In the deadlock, the only go-between on the ground capable of talking to all the parties is the UN, and the only buffer force that all those parties might accept is UNIFIL. The snag is that the UN has learned one simple lesson in Lebanon these past few years, that it can't keep the peace when others might take matters into their own hands, as Israel did 2 years ago. The Israeli invasion then, and the occupation ever since, have shattered all the peacekeeping theories. Already for some, notably the Africans and the Swedes, the compromise of being peacekeepers surrounded by the Israelis has been too much. This week, the French moved in a new contingent, some 500 men, to replace those who have pulled out of UNIFIL.
We are not an army in the real sense of the term. We are not here to fight a war with anybody. UN peacekeeping, as I explained earlier, has nothing to do with fighting a war. UN peacekeeping can only survive if the parties involved express their willingness to cooperate with that force and express a willingness to have that force on the ground.
The UN has a unique vantage position when it comes to observing southern Lebanon. Its force commanders here believe talks between the Israelis and the Lebanese may soon be possible, but that an Israeli withdrawal is still a long way off. And those commanders admit that 6 years on, the UN is in no position to seize the initiative, as in theory it should.